right, welcome to episode 73 of the Real Estate Huddle. New cast of characters, new angle. Today we're going to be talking about Denver breweries and the craft beer scene. And not all of us know about beer, so we're just the folks who do. So, with that, I feel like we should start with the youngest person in the room.
Okay, yeah. I'd say probably the most popular one is like Bierstadt Brewery. It's named after the 14er, but it's in Denver. I know it's a popular one. For me personally, I like sours, which is not as common of a beer. But my favorites would be Weldworks and Wiley Roots. They're like 4 minutes away from each other. So a bit off the beaten path, but if you like sours, I think those are great.
Why would someone like sours? Tell us more.
Oh, I mean, I personally hate IPAs.
Me too.
I don't like bitter, but I do like sour. So sours, I like fruity beers. I like, flavored other than corn or malt or barley beers. So I really like sours. It's a little bit more niche, but Colorado has a lot of breweries that do them really well. Crooked Stave, which is in Denver, actually, is one of the only breweries that has like the license to do wild sours. So they leave like their windows open and they're using the yeast from like the air. So that's like a wild sour. Yeah, well, so they're pretty popular as well. And Crooked Stave has been doing sours like for probably the longest.
And where are they?
They're in Denver, not like downtown, like near a bunch of stuff. A little bit more off the beaten path, but if you want on the beaten path, Odell's in 5 Points, that's like one of the most walkable neighborhoods, and there's like a ton of other breweries and tap houses there. What about you guys?
So it's Weldworks. Where is UNC?
UNC is Greeley.
Greeley.
Yeah.
Weldworks, I feel like, was in Greeley originally.
Yeah, it's towards Fort Collins. I guess technically it's Greeley, yeah.
Anyway, it was right in the... Anyway, I've been there.
Yeah, they knock it out of the park. I've never had a Weldworks sour that I don't like. Wiley Roots as well. They just do a really good job. So in terms of like the actual product, I'd say Crooked Stave, Wiley Roots, and Weldworks are my favorite. But they are more out of the way, off the beaten path. Like if you're trying to bar hop or go to a bunch of breweries, they're not quite that.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
So my favorite is actually Lone Tree Castle Rock. It's pretty local. Is Great Divide. It's newer. Castle Rock is the original, and then one in Lone Tree just opened up recently, and both my kids work there.
At the brewery or at Charles Schwab? It's like right.
I know
the
it's
campus
it's underneath Charles Schwab. So my 16-year-old, yeah, he works at the brewery, not Charles Schwab, but it's really good. I don't like sour beers. I hate hoppy beers or IPAs, but I'm just good for a Pilsner. It's just I don't know.
I like that. I really don't like the hoppy stuff.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
drink
strong.
one, but
I'll take a soapbox on that. It's an India Pale Ale, and it's because they had to put so many hops into the beer for it to survive the journey down to India. So it's not even a recipe that was created for it tasting good.
Right.
It's a recipe that was created because the hops are like antimicrobial, antibacterial. So they taste awful.
let the record show he just said antimicrobial.
No.
So I don't know this to be true. I've heard it, and I bet you'd know the truth. But IPAs are one of the easiest beers to make because you've got such a margin for error with all that hops. Whereas making a fine Pilsner is very, very hard. So I like the places that make a fine Pilsner.
Yeah, me too. I don't
locally,
like. Yeah.
In Highlands Ranch, we were talking about earlier, Living the Dream is a local place, and they took over another one called Grist.
I used to love grist.
It's
Just
you remember it used to be really sterile.
yes.
Now it ain't. Now it's not. Pardon. Now it is not because they brought all the feel of Living the Dream in there.
I see.
So that's a favorite place. I love downtown Littleton. And there used to be a great place called Jackass Hill Brewery. Jackass Hill is an actual hill. And they sold out to Denver Beer Company.
which I really like.
So they've
Denver
got-
Beer Company is very, very
It's their
popular.
go-to.
There's
too.
one downtown, kind of just not too far from DU.
Yep. It's,
They've got one right on Main Street in Littleton.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I've been there more than a few times.
Most of these breweries, maybe one of the reasons I like Great Divide is because the food is so good. But a lot of these breweries, they have food trucks,
Yeah.
you know, or it's just kind of like just very minimal. Walk up, get the food. It's just kind of,
There's
it's kind of munchy
another
food. But
place which, Kim, you haven't, we're doing all the talking, I'm going to let you. There's another model that there's a couple of down where I live. It's called 303. They're not a brewery, but they bring all the other local beers in.
Yeah, they're more of a
That's kinda
tap
cool.
house.
So they'll have a tap house of maybe 20. So they'll get
that's
the Living the
neat.
Dreams, they'll get Denver beer, they'll get others. They even bring, we were talking about a Carboy Winery.
Yeah.
My wife does not like beer, but she likes wine. But they will have a couple taps of Carboy wine at 303.
hey, see
And they
it.
have a great food truck.
It makes everybody happy then.
That's right.
Yeah.
People
Another
that don't even like
Happy
beer
wife,
can go.
happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one. They have one in Littleton, one in Highlands Ranch, Max Taps. They have
yeah, it's another
pretty
one.
much
Talking about.
everything.
They have 303 in their logo, Max.
Oh,
And then
Okay, yeah.
they bring in, you know, local little bands or whatever too
Yeah.
for music.
Oh,
So
and they pick the food trucks well. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they have this one like lobster roll food truck that is
Yes.
so good. They sell out like before the day's over every time.
$30 lobster roll.
yeah,
They're good though.
yeah, they are good.
There's a German food truck with like schnitzel and stuff like that. They have good food trucks at Max Taps. But if you don't like beer breweries, what are some of the options?
I mean, I've been to not Tap 24, Number 24. So that's a little bit more of a social environment. I'm not a beer drinker. I don't like it at all. I rarely go to breweries. Actually, I think I've only been to one in the last 5 years. But Number 24, they have live music. It's a huge indoor-outdoor venue. It's just a fun
What
place
part
to
of
go.
town?
It's in Denver,
Downtown.
Rhino area, if I remember correctly. But I love the live music there. I love the vibes. If you want to go for a big football game, that's the place to go see it because they have a huge screen outdoors. They also have volleyball courts, so I love going there on a nice day. And so it's more of a social thing if you're not a drinker like me. Yeah.
I'd say if you're the opposite end of that spectrum and like very into beer, Dry Dock Brewing is good. And they actually have like a whole separate store for homebrew. So home brewing is really popular here in Colorado. So if you're looking to like get into that, or if you are already into that, Dry Dock Brewing has like all of the homebrew supplies, and
I mean, they'll
they have
sell you the
dudes.
stuff. but-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
sorry,
they'll
yeah.
like you can get whatever malt, everything, like, and they're very knowledgeable too. So you can ask the guys there, like, hey, what yeast should I use for this, whatever, and they can help
Well,
you
you
out.
seem to know more than I do. So I have a question.
Yeah.
I do like the ones, and they're really strong, and they're almost black. But they usually only have like a 2-drink limit, and it's like 15%.
That's the riddle of life right there.
Yeah.
They're not heavy.
Yeah, like an
They're not
imperial stout. Or,
Stout.
Okay.
I think that's what it
Guinness.
is. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
but
gonna say
they're
Guinness. Yeah.
yeah, they're kind of like Guinness, but I think it's at I had it up in Breck, and what was it, Kemosabe? Is that like one of the places in Breck? There's like a restaurant up there that has brewery stuff, of course, in Breckenridge, but it was 15%, and you got it in like a snifter, you know, those glasses that you drink bourbon out of or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's really strong, and you just kind of have to choke it down. And if you want to feel the buzz, you know, with just 3 sips.
It's that much.
Yeah.
black, stay with
Yeah.
it.
If you're newer to drinking beer, if something is
Yeah.
imperial, it means it has a higher ABV and it's more alcoholic. So
ABV.
the alcohol content
Yeah.
of the beer. So like, you know, your average random Pilsner is like 3 to 5%. Most sours are going to be around like 4 to 5%. But if something's imperial, that's typically like around 8% or higher. And so,
And you save money.
You're getting
Serve it
closer
in a
to
small
wine.
glass. That's a pretty good hint.
Yeah, see, and if you're on a budget, you know, you can buy 2, which
Or
is like
watching your
8.
figure.
Another one, like downtown, just Union Station, is the Westbound and Down Tap Room. That's in like Dairy Block, if you guys know where that is. So there's a ton of stuff down there. If you're going to a baseball game, if you're hanging out in McGregor Square, there's a lot of places down there that are like tap rooms, breweries, and even a lot of the like sports bars are going to have some of the Colorado beers on tap. So.
I think Colorado has changed the whole beer industry.
I think we're a proud lot. We generally like to think we have. But.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you wonder. I have a friend from Tennessee who came out last week. He comes out every year for a week, and his goal is to eventually have climbed all the 14ers and visit every brewery.
How's he doing?
Oh.
He's doing great. I mean, he'll hit as many in a day as possible.
You got to do those in the right order.
Yeah.
Start,
Do those in the wrong order.
start with Bierstadt. That's the easy.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
we
do the
haven't-
14er right after the.
We
you know.
haven't mentioned some of the biggest brands like Breckenridge. We talked about the town, but Breckenridge Brewery.
It's going.
Coors, obviously, we're the
yes.
home of Coors.
Yeah.
You go tour their brewery.
Their
forgetting-
museum is cool.
Yeah.
Who's the one up in Fort Collins? The Fat Tire.
Yeah.
Is Fat Tire up there?
Actually,
What's the brewery called?
New Belgium.
There, yeah.
So
Yes.
this is kind of a funny side story. We had family coming out and they wanted to go tour New Belgian breweries. So we called friends who lived in Fort Collins and they said, I hear you, but sound crazy, but the Anheuser-Busch tour is actually a better tour. And we did that instead of New Belgian and it was pretty good.
Just to kind of knock some more out. If you're in the foothills, like, come back from the mountains, in Nederland, there's Knotted Roots Brewery. They have a ton of people who really, really like them. That's a really popular one. Avery Brewing on like the north side of town. I know that's popular for sure. And then Cerebral, I personally am not a huge fan of their beer, but Cerebral Brewery is really, really popular too.
So do a quick look up for Athletic Brewing Company.
An oxymoron.
Well, not when you hear what it is. Athletic Brewing Company.
Oh, okay.
Where are they
okay.
based?
Inglewood.
Okay, anyway, so I mentioned that only because there is a growing quality of non-alcoholic beer that is getting very good. So it used to be all the major brands, Coors.
Odell's, all the.
Yeah, they were good. But this Athletic Brewing Company has got great beers and they happen to not be alcoholic.
Oh.
So around the tennis court, around the sports fields, see a lot more of those. And I actually, when I asked you that, I did know it was in Colorado. But what do you know?
I
really
actually
are the
misspoke.
center.
I had something come up in Inglewood. I think they're based out of like San Diego
Oh,
or
sorry.
something.
Oh,
But,
well.
yeah, if you want to play a prank on your friends, they're pretty believable non-alcoholic beers. So I have people over for like UFC fight nights at my house. And I had a buddy who brought over non-alcoholic beer, and I didn't know, and so I just drank a bunch of calories. So, if you don't like your friends, you can
I'd
always
have
do
been
that
so
to them.
upset.
Or if you like them, I don't know.
Well, it's hard to make. I think it's hard to make non-alcoholic beer good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever had one.
Yeah, I usually keep the alcohol in, but
Yeah. It's kind of not worth it to me, but I don't enjoy beer enough to drink 5 of them
well,
and not get a buzz.
You're definitely right. Like, there's a big movement towards that, and like I'll see a lot of Denver restaurants and stuff will have mocktails, so they'll have cocktails that are specifically non-alcoholic. They have non-alcoholic spirits. And I was actually asking a bartender about it because I was like, what do you even put in there? And it's like rosemary and like mint. So it's a bunch of just like
Like
flavors, I guess.
varieties of like pine trees. And
Yeah. But it looks like,
Interesting.
vodka, and they use it to just replace alcohol in drinks. And I asked somebody who was drinking one, and they said it was pretty good.
So why do you think, if my kid went into a restaurant and ordered, a non-alcoholic beer, they still won't serve it to him?
I don't
Is
know.
there because there's still traces?
Oh, if he's under 21?
Yeah,
Maybe.
he's 16,
There's some things, like I know the regulation for kombucha is it has to be less than 1%
Okay.
alcohol for them to be able to sell it. I'm assuming most non-alcoholic stuff would be under 1%.
Yeah, it
So it's
should be.
probably just like that brewery doesn't want to just cause confusion. Maybe
Yeah.
they have a non-alcoholic version and an alcoholic version, and
Right.
like they just cut it off at we're not giving anybody beer who's under 21
Right.
so that they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's
I
probably
just
true.
can't think of a teenager who wanted beer, but for it to not have any alcohol in it.
But yeah, don't tell them. And then just watch them pretend to be drunk and be like, haha, joke's on you.
Yeah.
Back
Non-alcoholic.
to that, how long ago was it when we had the 3-2 beer here in Colorado?
Oh, yeah.
When my wife went to college years ago at CU. Mm-hmm. So that means 3.2 APV.
Okay.
Instead of 5 now.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about booze, but
Yeah.
the genesis, we talk a lot about, Colorado is a birthplace of this and that, and from a real estate perspective, and there's a great amount of pride in the state of
Yeah.
Colorado and the role we've played in the emergence of craft beers and
Oh yeah.
local breweries.
I think it
I don't think
draws
I've
a lot.
ever been anywhere where they have as many breweries
I
as
know.
they
I
have here.
think if someone mentioned San Diego,
I don't think even
Portland, Oregon, there's a lot of
there's a
people
lot, but I don't know. I see way more here.
well,
Even in the neighborhoods, Highlands Ranch. I mean, different ones that
They're
aren't-
everywhere.
In Highlands Ranch, Prost is new.
I
was gonna
That's
mention that,
all
'cause
I
it's
German
love
style.
Prost.
very
I do.
authentic.
It's
German.
good.
I've been trying to find the one that's at the top of my head of Mape Jackson. You probably know it. It's a brewery that has like games, so it's not just beer. It's more of a social thing. Again, I need something to want to go to a brewery.
Do they have like a really big outside area?
Yeah, it's an indoor outdoor too.
Brother? No, that's not.
No, but they had like basketball hoops that you could play. I'm gonna hopefully find it before we finish the podcast.
You lost me at basketball hoops. I
Yeah.
thought I knew.
They also have these big Connect 4 games that you can play. You like toss something like a ring into like this little. I'm gonna try and find it because that one was a very fun social thing for me. I need an
It's not
activity.
View
lot of
House,
them do.
right?
No,
it's in brewery.
It's
okay.
a brewery.
I mean,
I'll
they have
find
that at Breckenridge. Breckenridge
I was
has a
hoping
great
Jackson
concert
would know.
series that
Yeah.
comes in the
Wish we had Joe Rogan. Jamie, pull that up.
I know.
I worked at Rock Bottom when I moved here in '99, and I got to watch how they make all their beer, because a lot of these places they only serve their beer. The breweries only serve the beer they make. You can't go in and order a Coors or a Bud. So I could watch them. It's a full career for these people to make these and these gigantic, to
was
watch it
just
get
out
done.
with
It's
some-
crazy.
I was out with 7 friends from my hometown, which is far away. One of whom, his career has been making beer, and he started at Rock Bottom.
Oh, no
And
way.
he left maybe 10 years ago, and he ran a restaurant.
Larry
What's his
Beer
name?
Hall?
What's his name?
Scotty
Let me
O'Hearn.
see. Let me do a quick.
Not the same one I thought of, but yeah. That's interesting.
No.
All right.
April, do you have any other favorites?
Well, Prost. I was going to say Prost because I
Yeah.
do like Max Taps is another good one. I kind of stay pretty local. Highlands Ranch. It's
the
been
beauty. You
years.
don't have to go far.
Exactly, and I just haven't gone down to out of my bubble very much. But I mean, we just listed 5 within 2 miles from my house.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Tap 14 has a cool rooftop over the summer, so that one's nice on a pretty day if you wanted to get a view of the city.
Yeah.
Again, you need an attraction to get me there. And then there's one more. I think the Rhino Brewery, that one, or the Rhino Beer Garden, that one.
Oh, yeah, I used to work
is-
across the street from there.
It's pretty fun.
You
It's
just
always busy. They play great music. It's a fun environment. But those are the
think-
only ones I got.
There's always a lot of live music at a lot of
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
places. They'll
I mean,
bring
they got to
in
get you in there
bands.
somehow too. If you don't drink beer,
Blake Street Tap Room is another one. If you're in Rhino or 5 Points, I'd say that's where if you're trying to walk to a bunch of breweries, are probably the best places to go.
have you guys ever been to the Lowry Beer Garden? It's one of my
No.
favorites.
Possibly. Every beer garden kind of blends together when
They
you
do,
blend a few.
and a lot of them, if you, especially in the summer, because so many of them are outside,
Anything
and
in
they're
Lowry is
just
pretty cool.
oh yes. But if you find a brewery that you like, and you want to bring your dog, there's so many of them that you can stay outside, bring your dog. There's music. That's pretty much summertime. But like Lowry is one of those, Lowry Beer Garden, and
So for
It's a
our
lot of 'em.
listeners, Lowry used to be an Air Force base.
it's right next to the airport, the
So it's-
airplane museum or
It's-
whatever.
Well, it's
Wings
all
of-
on the same premise.
Yeah.
So the airport used to be in the middle of town, Stapleton. I think it was adjacent to that. Anyway, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great restaurant, great dining, great beers, but that's for another day.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Trying to think, are there any
All right.
more that we're missing?
No, I think
we've
we have
hit
a
them all.
good.
Yeah, I think we knocked them all
Feels
out.
like we're
so thank you for watching the Real Estate Huddle. If you have any extra questions, feel free to reach out to us. All the information is down below. Hit any of the buttons, subscribe, notifications, likes. It all helps us. Thanks.
See ya.